So today we are here in Orange County, California with Lauren. Lauren, are you originally from Orange County?
Yes.
What part of Orange County are you from?
Anaheim.
Okay. And how old are you?
I'm 30.
What's your current living situation?
Homeless right now.
And what's the situation that led you being homeless?
Well, family members passed away in my family, and then my mom, she kind of quit going to school, and I kind of quit going to school, and then drugs started, a little bit, and then just the lack of jobs, I guess, and being able to go and get a job, and being able to maintain keeping a job, like showering every day, and go to work, and to be able to get transportation to and from work, or basically being able to keep your ID and stuff, and all your paperwork together and everything like that too is a difficult thing out here. That's about it.
Have you ever worked a typical 9-to-5 job?
I took care of an elderly lady that was on hospice for a couple months, but that's about it.
And how do you currently earn money? Do you booze, panhandle, do dates?
Panhandle. That's about it.
And how does that work out for you? Do you make enough money to survive?
No, not really. I'm outside, so no, not really, not at all. But just probably enough to eat, and maybe have a couple cigarettes, maybe have a couple of drinks. That's about it.
Are you able to come up with enough money for a motel every night?
In the past, yeah, but recently, no. It's a little bit harder to come up with money now.
It's what?
It's a little bit harder to come up with money now. The rent's like $75, $85 a night, sometimes $130 a night, so it's difficult to come up with rent money every night. It's almost like you're paying for an apartment,
It's a lot of money.
But you get locked out every day, so it's kind of a difficult thing too. So, yeah.
And are drugs a part of your life?
They've been a part of my life, yeah, in the past, but they're not really so much part of my life now.
What drugs did you mess with?
Just meth and some weed. That's about it.
And how were you able to get off of it? Just on your own, or did you go to recovery?
Just stuff that, eventually either you're going to get off of it, or something's going to happen in life to where it's tragic enough to where it makes you get off it, So you either go through those two things, or you just one day wake up and say you don't want to do it no more, and you don't do it.
So I know there's a lot of people out here doing drugs and fentanyl. And a lot of people, there used to be a lot more people out here. Do you know where they all went? Are they putting them in hotels, or?
Hopefully they're being put in hotels. I really don't know.
Okay. And I'm sure it's very dangerous out here.
I mean, it can get dangerous anywhere, I guess. It's not just out here.
But just being on the streets.
If you're by yourself and you're a girl by yourself on the streets, yeah, it can be dangerous, more so than it could with a guy out there, But hopefully you just hope for the best, I guess. I don't know what else to say on that.
Do you have friends that you hang out with, or are you literally out here by yourself?
I have friends that I hang out with, but they're just like me out here, so it's not really so much that we like hanging out here. It's just, we're just all in the same situation, kind of,
What's the craziest thing you've seen happen out here?
People start talking to themselves, they start, you see them one day totally fine, and then next week, you see them and they're talking to no one. It's like their mind just goes like that quick out here,
And what drug does that?
That, I have no idea, but I don't know if it's like a mental state that they have wrong with them. Could be already something that's wrong with them, where they're not getting their meds, or could be where they're doing a drug that alters that, or vice. It just depends,
Yeah.
You can't really, really tell,
Yeah. Yeah, we talked to somebody else. She said that she knew somebody and they used to be normal, and now they're like tripping out and doing crazy stuff because of drugs. It's like, my God.
Yeah. Some people don't know what they're doing. They walk right into a car. It just depends on the day, I guess. It's kind of crazy out here.
Do the cops give you a hard time?
Yeah, they give us a hard time about being homeless out here, and they act like as if you're a piece of shit, like you're nothing. Like you don't have your rights, or you don't have a say-so, or you just basically you have nothing out here. Like they just treat you like shit, basically. They take all your stuff. They come harass you for no reason. They say that other people, like businesses, are calling on you for being homeless. It's like, dude, we're homeless out here. Like, you think that we like being out here? We don't like being out here ourselves, but if you guys are complaining about how many calls you guys are getting, maybe you guys should tell the people that are calling that it's illegal to be calling on an emergency phone line. That's not an emergency. It's not, like, maybe an emergency to us that were homeless, but it's not to them that's calling. You know, it's not really an emergency. That, you know, there's not homeless people doing, like, murdering somebody right in front of you. You know what I mean? I can understand that, but if they're just sitting there minding their own business, looking for a job or whatever they're doing, you know, just get out of the sun or whatever because it's hot, like. They don't even let us use the bathrooms out here. It's gets kind of ridiculous. We're forced to use the bathroom outside on the wall. Then they go to the community thing, and then they go to their meetings, and they make it really hard for us out here. Actually, cops do. They agree to enforce them to call and make calls about us being homeless out here. They actually, rather than call about it, make the calls and get the calls. They say, at least one officer said that he's happy that he gets calls like that, and to go and bug the homeless, which I don't think that's what a cop should do. You know what I mean? That's not what you put on a uniform for, is come bug the homeless. You put on the uniform to protect and serve the, you know, Anaheim, not to come and see what the homeless are doing. You know what I mean? That's not even doing nothing.
Do they ever offer any kind of help, like resources or places?
They come out and they say that, but you give them all the information every day. You give me your information and nothing changes. They say, oh, you know, we're waiting for a voucher or whatever, and the voucher never comes. People, they just come and they smile and they get more information from you. What's your status today? I'm still homeless. I'm still out here. Well, what do you need? I need a house. They don't care.
How many times have they done that? Interviewed you and act like they were going to get something for you?
Every time they come out here. Every time they come out, they act like they're going to, you know, the way that they word it is like they're going to help you. And my mom gets stuck. She's homeless too out here, and she gets stuck retelling her whole story, what she's working on next, you know, to just keep her mind going so she's not just stuck out here not doing anything, you know, but she keeps telling them everything, and I kind of think that it's like a roadblock for her next step, you know, up. I kind of think that it's purposely keeping her down by her telling them what her next idea is, so, you know, instead of just sitting here waiting for them, you know, trying to be positive about stuff or other things coming in, you know. But I don't know. So
it's gonna be tough. What does like a typical day look like for you?
Basically just now it's just basically waiting for the next cop to come up and tell us we can't be in the parking lot, or tell us that we're on private property and we're trespassing, or to get arrested. Basically to get out of the sun because it's hot, you know, out here. So we try to go to the shade, but the people call and they, you know, complain. Basically that's basically it. It's more like I'm dodging every day just by somebody not being okay with me standing somewhere, just so I can, you know, rest for a minute or figure out what my next step is. It's kind of difficult. I'd rather just get a job, do a 9 to 5, you know. And instead of being out here, it's really.
Any chance
depressing.
of that happening, like recovery and housing?
I don't know. I guess if I just go to a shelter or something, which I'm probably going to be doing pretty soon.
Have you ever gone to one?
No. I've never gone to one.
And after being homeless for the last amount of time, what's the most important lesson that you've learned?
There's always somebody that has it worse, you know, than you. Basically, I mean, you just be grateful for what you have, I guess. At the end of the day, it's in God's hands, you know. That's about it.
And lastly, do you by chance have any social media, like a Cash App or Facebook, in case anybody wants to reach out to you or donate some money to you?
I don't.
And then lastly, are you okay if we use the interview on our YouTube channel?
Sure.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.